are they going to explain that?
You can't contain the upon your brain, you just can't take the blame back. To this day, LDBC, you don't tell us how to act. And if you hate the content, then take a step back. Why watch the video? How you gonna explain that? How you gonna explain that? How you gonna explain that? Coach Shelton Harrison, there'll never be no comparison. You're live on the show, sit back and have a listen. All right, LDBC, this is your boy Coach Shelton Harrison. You're live on the Coach Shelton Harrison Combat Sports Show Live. Okay, guys, shots fired. Look, man, Cris Cyborg is not letting this thing go with Megan Anderson. She ain't letting it go. And, you know, shout out to Cris Cyborg, man. Hey, she been a bit more vocal, man. Because, you know, in the past, people would just say stuff about Cris Cyborg and she wouldn't come out. She would just kind of just take it. Cris Cyborg being real vocal about this thing. Let's read what Cris Cyborg said, and then I'm gonna put my, you know, I'm gonna give you my thoughts and opinion because I know you guys like to hear what I think about it. Which, okay, that's fine. I'm prepared to fight anyone. As for the change in opponent, we can say it's the result of Megan's and her manager's irresponsibility. As for Tanya, she's a great opponent. She's been winning her past 10 fights and is an example of how the world ranking should be independent from the UFC's ranking. Amen. It will be a great fight, and I believe that with Tanya, it will be an even more exciting fight for the fans than the fight with Megan. Hey, I'm glad she said this. I'm glad she said this about the ranking system. Cyborg ain't stupid, man. She keeping up with all this stuff. She see the stuff that's going on with Holly Holm being pushed up to number 2. She's saying, you know, you have to beat Betchko here. You know what? They not stupid at Team Cyborg, but I'm glad she said this, okay? And I think the fight is going to be a decent fight with Tanya for as long as it lasts. I think Tanya is a credible opponent, you know? And, you know, again, you know, her last 10 fights, I don't think she won her past 10 fights because, okay, no. On her record is a no contest from Kunaskana. So, yeah, okay. So we right about that, okay? I think, though, you know, Cyborg made a point. And she said it was irresponsibility. Now, what irresponsibility are we talking about? Because, see, Cyborg is very vague. Does Cris Cyborg know something that we don't know about this whole Megan Anderson story? Does she know something we don't know? Because I'm trying to think, what does she mean by irresponsibility? What did they do that was irresponsible? What could they have done that was very irresponsible? Maybe. Now here's my thought, because I've been saying this for a hot minute, that I think that Megan Anderson was pressured. I think she was pressured to make this fight. And, you know, if anybody need to be upset, they need to be upset with Ariel Helwani because he the one set up. I mean, folks, I'm just keeping it real. Ariel Helwani set up, and he knew Cris Cyborg was going to call in, man. They set that up, man. And, you know, Megan was kind of like on the spot. And if you're on the spot, you know, do you want to, you know, in front of all your fans say, oh, okay, well, I don't want to fight her? No. So Megan had to pretty much say, yeah, I'm down. But Megan really wasn't down for the fight, man. And I've been trying to tell y'all, it ain't because, you know, I think that, you know, okay, well, Megan don't want to fight. I think she do want to fight Cyborg, but just not right now. And, you know, I said if Megan Anderson ever came out and say, you know what, I don't think it's time for me to fight Cyborg yet. See, before all this went down, this would have saved Megan Anderson a whole lot of trouble. And then guys like me would have been like, you know what, yep, I get it. I get it. Because, look, you need some time to be prepared to get into a fight of that magnitude. But I can say that Tanya Evinger probably might do a lot better against Cyborg because she's a veteran. And I'm just saying she might. Because Tanya Evinger, you know, she know a lot of little tricks and stuff, man. And she going to have to grab a hold of Cyborg. Standing up cannot be an option for Tanya Evinger. It can't be, man. If Tanya Evinger even thinks that she's going to stand with Cyborg, the fight is going to be a long night. Like, Tanya Evinger going to have to slip a lot of punches, man. I'm talking about slip. Tanya going to have to be up on her toes, and she going to have to catch Cris Cyborg at an angle, and she going to have to take her down. That's what she's going to have to try to do to win this fight. Her only option, her only chance at winning this fight is by submission. And Tanya Evinger know how to submit you now. There's one thing that the girl know how to do. She can submit. So it's going to be a little interesting how this thing turn out, okay? I still, you know, I don't have to make a power chart on this. I predict Cyborg is going to win the fight. And the odds makers are probably going to agree that, you know, Cris Cyborg will probably end up winning this fight. But, you know, we can't completely count out Evinger. But I'm glad Cyborg, man. I'm glad that she has completely just, you know, stood up. And, you you know, I'm glad. I'm glad she's standing up, man. And I'm finally glad that she tired of taking stuff off people, man. And she calling this stuff out. And I hope she keep calling out. You know what, man? It's only been a handful of these fighters that's really been putting the UFC on blast and exposing them, you know, for this kind of, PG-13 channel stuff that they be doing. Cris Cyborg stepped up. You know, she did it. Tyron Woodley did it. Demetrius Johnson did it. I mean, you know, and there's so many more fighters who need to just go on and step up. And at one time, I thought Miesha Tate was kind of, you know, getting into that, like, you know what? Nah, this is BS. No. And sometimes, yeah, they need to step up. They need to say what's up. And for you fighters that you follow this video, hey, go ahead. I mean, what are they gonna do? What are they really gonna do? And I know some of you guys, you know, y'all don't want to lose your position. You don't want to do this, and you don't want to mysteriously get out of the rankings. I get it. Cyborg don't care because she don't fight for money. Cris Cyborg don't fight for the money. Okay, I can tell you that right now. She's not all about the money. She needs money to survive, and she would like to have some money to survive, but that's not her whole game plan. That's why Cris Cyborg got these side jobs. That's why she always hustling. That's why she do fitness classes. That's why she pick up odd different jobs, man, you know, training people. That's why. Because it was never about the money to Cris. It was never about the money. And if you talk to her, she would tell you the same thing that I'm telling you. Trust me. Trust and believe. The coach will 100% tell you. It's never about the money with Cris. It's about the fight. It's not about the money with fighters like Valentina Shevchenko. It's about the fight. It's not about the money. Even with Amanda Nunes, it's not about the money. It's about the fight. These girls, they want to fight, man. They're not trying to be glamour. They're not trying to be up all in the media every 2 seconds. They just want to get in there and whoop somebody's ass. Shout out to Cyborg, because she put her on blast, and that's what she need to do, man. She need to put her on blast. And Cris Cyborg, if I was her, I wouldn't let it go away. But this is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. I'm done. What are you waiting on? Subscribe. Oh, and this episode of the Coach Shelton Harrison Combat Sports Show Live is brought to you by 503 Lion. Guys, you got to go down and get some Texas flavor with 503 Lion. Type in 503 Lion into the search bar, and his YouTube channel pops up. Definitely young guy, 24-year-old guy from Texas that's doing it big. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. I'm done. What are you waiting on? Subscribe to the best women's MMA platform on YouTube.